Hello, it's not a lighting a fire video. I thought I'd just show you like this is what it looks like. Not too exciting, as you can see, because smokeless ovoids, they don't give off flames. They give a lot of heat but not flames. I got reading about what's it called? Variable intake geometry. I think I understand it from two-stroke engines. They have well, not variable intake geometry, but they do have some of them at least, they have I want to say a rocking valve. All valves rock. A rotating bolt valve on the exhaust, and it does. Just a minute. Let me. I should be using a shovel to do this, but this is easier to operate one-handed, and that's why I do it. Yeah, so two-stroke engines, based on what speed or RPM I should say, that it's rotating at, the rocker can sort of, it can make it harder to push the exhaust out. And the good thing with that is it means that there's less of the unburnt fuel air mixture going out, so you can have a better compression, you can get more power out of it. And then when it's going at other speeds, the valve can change and allow more free flow, and it allows it to be more efficient. That's, mind you, if it's got a resonance chamber. If you've seen on two-stroke motorcycles, there's the sort of exhaust and it kind of opens up and then closes, and that's a resonance chamber. And the idea being that standing waves will start pushing back against the piston to keep things going the right way. Yeah. So anyhow, I was reading about variable intake geometry, and the first thing that came up was the Concorde's jet engines, and it had various flaps on it to control how air would flow in based on when it was taking off in supersonic cruise and when it wanted to shut the engine down. And the idea in the jet engines being that if you open up various flaps and such, you can create air shock waves which will aid in the compression. So yeah, similar in a way to the resonance chamber of a two-stroke engine. With the jets, it turns out you do actually want to squeeze the air, as otherwise it doesn't really compress too well, and then you don't get much useful work out of it. So I think it's present on the AJ30, which is the engine my car has, or it might just be a feature of the successor, which is the AJ126. But anyway, variable intake geometry. So what does that do? I don't really know. Why would you want to constrict airflow? All I can think is, on old cars, have you ever driven a mini metro? I never got the chance to, but I have seen it numerous times. There was a manual choke, and on cold days you'd pull on the manual choke, which would make this flap close the on the air intake. And what would happen then is, as you're starving the engine of air, you're making the fuel air mixture much richer, which on cold days you want. Now hopefully someone will say, oh actually no, you've got it wrong, but this is what a choke actually does. I'm guessing here. I'm guessing that you're choking of air to make it a heavier fuel air mixture. And why do you want it to be richer fuel air mixture on cold days? Because on cold days the air is denser, therefore it would be lean, and when you've got a lean fuel air mixture it's not that good. But as far as I know, all manual chokes is no longer a thing. So how does a modern engine do that? Let's see, if I've got a modern engine, how would I do it? I would have an O2 sensor in the air intake. I know they've got those. And then based on, right, so yeah, what I would use is the engine control unit, and then detect that, it's a cold day, air's denser, therefore on startup I'm going to make it a richer fuel air mixture. There's no carburetor in it, so it's direct injection. So in which case, just say to the squirters, squirt a bit longer, please. So what does a variable geometry do? Surely you just want as much air going as possible. I mean, that's the whole point with superchargers and turbochargers, is you're doing forced induction. So where would the advantage in variable? All I can think is the higher the speeds you go, maybe there's an advantage to making the air funneled in a certain way, and then it goes into the pistons in a bit of a different way. Who knows? All I know is I've been meaning to do one of these videos, and as you can see, it's not really that interesting. It's just glowing embers, and even with the even with my variable air geometry set all the way to constricted, choking it, look at that, 23 degrees. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad at all. So it's gone up 6 degrees in 2 hours. Nice. Bye.